Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fiery and highly charged exchange between Senator John Kennedy and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. It's all about the U.S. deficit, borrowing practices, and a potential political twist as we approach election season. Kennedy isn't holding back, and his allegations about giving the economy a sugar high are making waves. Let's break this down, segment by segment, because there's a lot to unpack. Stick around till the end. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on major political showdowns like this one. Alright, so here's the setup. Senator Kennedy kicks off by highlighting the federal government's massive $1.6 trillion deficit.
Right now, in our current fiscal year, by our, I mean the federal government, we're running looks like about a $1.1 trillion deficit. Is that correct?
About 1.6, I believe.
1.6 trillion. I'm sorry. It's even worse than I thought. And that, of course, means that we're spending $1.6 trillion more than we're taking in revenues. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And we're filling the hole by borrowing money. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, if you personally were borrowing money, would you rather pay 5.4% interest or 4.4% interest?
The less the better.
Ma'am?
The less the better.
Okay. Then why aren't you doing that with federal borrowing?
Well, in federal borrowing, our objective is to issue at least cost over time and not to try to time the market.
Yeah, but you are timing the market. You issued a press release back in November that you were going to try to time the market. I mean, right now, you can issue 3-month treasuries. These are yesterday's yields at roughly 5.4%.
Yes.
But you could issue a 10-year Treasury note for 4.4% and save. Let me finish. And save the taxpayer a lot of money. And then last November, you issued a press release. You said we're going to start borrowing more short-term debt than we normally would. At the beginning of 2023, our short-term debt was about 15%. And last November, you said we're going to increase that.
To about...
And now it's about 22, 23%.
Correct.
You're costing the taxpayers billions. Why are you doing that?
So, Senator, you say it costs 5.4%. That's what it costs this year.
No, that's what it cost yesterday.
Yes, but when you issue 10-year bonds, you're locking in the 10-year rate over 10 years. And that 10-year rate, the reason that holders of 10-year Treasury bonds are willing to accept a 4.3, 4.4% yield is because when those same individuals could be investing at 5.4%.
Madam Secretary.
No, I'm sorry, I would like to...
Madam Secretary, that's just, no offense. That's double talk.
It isn't double talk because
maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault.
No.
Today, you can borrow for 3 months at 5.4%, but instead you're choosing... Strike that. Today, you can borrow for 10 years at 4.4%. Instead, you're choosing to borrow at 5.4%.
Market participants believe that...
That makes no sense.
Market participants believe that short-term interest rates will come down, and they will come down to a level substantially
so you are
below
trying to time the
current 10-year rate.
You are trying to time the market.
And so, no, it isn't a question of timing the market. It's we issue across the curve in a regular and predictable way.
No, you don't.
And the reason
announced
that
last November You announced last November, I can show you the press release, where you said that we have decided to start issuing an inordinately large amount of short-term debt, didn't you?
We did make an announcement
And
about.
because of the inverted yield curve, that means that you're going to pay more in interest on short-term debt than, say, 10-year debt.
Only for a short time.
Now, that's a fact, okay? You can go check the numbers of Treasuries yesterday. That is, first, that costs taxpayers a lot more money in interest. And number two, you're working at cross purposes with the Federal Reserve, because what you're doing is stimulating the market. You're pumping money into the economy. And Jay Powell's over here beavering away, trying to reduce inflation. And you're beavering away, trying to increase it by paying
nothing that we're doing
an interest rate that is 100 basis points higher than you would have to pay. And the only reason I can figure that y'all are doing that is to try to give the economy a sugar high 5 months before an election.
This heated exchange raises some serious questions. Is the Treasury's borrowing strategy really in the taxpayers' best interest? Or is it, as Kennedy claims, a political move? One thing's for sure, this debate isn't over. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into today's biggest political stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.